Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I appreciate you stopping by. This is Coach Dave, and this video here is for anybody who is going through the healing process, who's trying to come out and be that person, that new person who has survived narcissistic abuse or a relationship with an avoidant, or somebody who is just a toxic asshole or completely emotionally unavailable and immature. So if you find yourself in this position, this video is for you. If you get to the point in your healing journey where you've read countless comments that you can relate to, sounds like they're saying verbatim what you want to. Their situation makes you say, God, did we date the same person? Like they all share a hive mind and they all act the same collectively. If you've watched videos such as mine and you're getting your answers, you're getting your clarification that you never got at the end of those relationships. You're searching endlessly for every wrongdoing they've done, finding out if you're crazy or if they were the one who made you feel crazy, who made you act crazy. If you're trying to find answers to self-soothe yourself, if you're trying to find answers about why this happened to you, if you're the avoidant or you're the narcissist, because they made you feel that way, any of the above, any of the below, then this video is for you. If you've gotten to a point where you feel like you just keep searching and searching for answers, well, I can tell you firsthand what's happening. You're going through emotional overload. See, you went from throwing all you had at this person to now, in a way, still throwing all you have at this person. But now it's just up here. See, you've built a shrine in your mind for this person. Unknowingly. You have them in there because you didn't get the closure you needed. And this is your way of getting it. By reading all these things, by talking to other people who have survived, by watching videos that relate to this content, trying to find answers, trying to find justification for what happened to you, trying to find a rhyme and reason as to why they chose you and did this to you. And no matter how much you search, no matter how much you get answered, it just keeps leaving you with more questions. And it never quite fills the void that they've left within you. And you get to a point where you find yourself doing this a lot, and you don't realize how often you're doing it. You could be doing this every single day for hours on end. And then when you add that up for a whole week, how much time are you really spending still technically on yourself, but still on them or about them? It's a lot of time to devote. And sometimes what you need is to just take a step back and walk away from it all for a little bit. Now, I can speak firsthand to this because I've gone through this. When I was with my narcissistic ex, at the end, I, like you, did the same thing. I researched, I read, I stayed up late at night, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I was all over the place. Countless questions, reliving memories in my mind, rethinking every text, rethinking every interaction, just wondering and questioning everything. What was real and what wasn't. Because there was a lot of fictional stuff that I was led to believe. And the more I healed, the more I grew. I just felt like there was a barrier that I couldn't break through fully. And then one day, I just felt so overwhelmed that I had to take a step back and just stop watching this stuff altogether. I needed time for me. Like, I was still doing things. I was still doing my hobbies. I was still going out rock climbing, hiking, going out into nature, all that stuff. But I still felt like I was being held back from fully becoming that person I wanted to be. And I still felt trapped in who I had to be, who I had to become to survive what happened to me during that relationship and after. And I didn't want to be like that anymore. But what I did was I took a 2-month hiatus, which was supposed to be 30 days away from this. And at the end of those 30 days, and it was a struggle, but it usually takes around 30 days to form a good habit, I started to feel like, you know what, I'm going to add another week. And I did it until I got to 2 months. And then just out of curiosity for myself, I said, you know what? I did have questions. I still thought about this stuff, and I did suppress them. Not in a way an avoidant does, so that they don't own up to any accountability and have to do any inner work and self-reflection. But this was stuff that I sat purposely on the back burner, knowing I would come back to it. But in the moment, I didn't want to think and handle and deal with any of this stuff because I wanted to see if this would work. So at the end of these 2 months, all this stuff that I was thinking about, I did go back and look up, and I did get my answers. But the difference here was, when I watched these videos this time, I didn't get this overwhelming sense of sadness and yearning to be with them and want them to come back and hoping to change them and their mind about us. I could actually just sit through this now comfortably and hear it and see it for what it was. I had lost the emotional attachment in my mind, the shrine, if you will, that I built for them. They were no longer there. And sometimes what you need is to just let go of this. Now, this is coming from somebody who has a YouTube channel, who relies and appreciates you guys for your views and your subscriptions. And it's not that I don't want to see you here anymore. But the end goal here that I want for everybody is that you no longer need me. You no longer need to do this stuff because you're living a happy, healthy life and you found a good partner when that time comes, who's going to treat you right and not put you through all the shit that they put you through. That's the end goal that I wish for everybody. That means if I don't hear from you anymore on a one-on-one call, and then a year from now you hit me up and say, hey, Coach Dave, it's been a long time, and I scheduled this just to let you know that I moved on. I'm happy. I have somebody else now, and they treat me great, and it's been going good. I followed your advice from step A to Z, and it's perfect. Now, I'm not saying I don't want you guys here. I'm not saying that I don't want you to watch my videos, and if you need it, hey, more than welcome to stay. I'm not telling you to stop. But if you've reached that pinnacle point where you feel like there's just something missing, that you're just not getting, it's not clicking, maybe taking a step back is the key. If you still watch these videos and you're hurting, that's a different story. But if you're still watching these videos and you feel numb, maybe it's time to take a step back. Maybe it's time to reallocate what you're doing to something more positive for yourself, for the betterment of you. Because I'll tell you, when I took those 2 months and I came back and I got my questions answered, I felt good, but it didn't feel like a 5-minute good that video made me feel, or something that I read made me feel, because that's what was happening before. It was 5 minutes worth of joy and feeling relief, but then the next question bubbled up. Now, I'm not saying to avoid any of this. I'm not saying to, just sweep it under the rug and not feel and think and try to figure out all these things that you need figured out. But sometimes that is the closure. Sometimes that's all you need. And I tell you this, when you come out the other end, you're going to feel amazing. And sometimes this is just that last step. So if you feel like you're at that moment, give it a try, honestly, for 30 days. Don't think about them, and every time you do, just set it aside. Don't harbor them. Don't sit in your emotions with it. Just set it aside. Don't avoid it. Just set it aside. Don't write things down, because that's going to keep your mental trapped in that. Don't give them any room or space in your mind. This is to completely flush them out. This is for you. This is like your final step. And this isn't for everybody. It's not one size fits all. But it did work for me, and it might be able to help and work for you too. And again, I want nothing more than for everybody to not have to use my channel or seek these videos out. But if you get to a point in your life where you're ready to move on, you've taken a year or whatever time, to heal and learn from me and others and read comments and things and associate with people that have gone through it as well, you get to a point where you no longer need this, but you might say, oh, I forgot what Coach Dave said about how to vet somebody. Let me go reference that video. All right, good. I'm caught up. And then you progress on. It's not that I don't want you here. It's not that I don't want you to watch my videos. But when you no longer need them, you essentially no longer need me. Use my videos for when you need them, for what they're worth. Use them as long as you need them. If you need one-on-one coaching, I'm available. But the end goal is for me to say, it was great having you here. Wish you nothing but the best with your life. And although I'm gonna miss you, I hope I never have to see you or hear from you again. Unless it's a success story about how you've moved on and found the partner for you. And sometimes that's all it takes. This is the final step, to just push away and say, you know what? I need a mental break from this. So if you're at that point and you feel like you're stuck, I urge you, suggestively of course, give this a try. It might be the final push that you need. And then if you can come back in X amount of weeks or months and watch a video from me or somebody else that you follow, and it doesn't drum up and stir up all those emotions again, you've finally done it. Congratulations. You can watch that video and hear it for what it's worth, take the information, add it to your repertoire, and you just keep pushing through life. Because at the end of the day, that's healing. It's watching and hearing these things and it not making you feel the way they left you feeling. And that's what I want for everybody, even if it ends up hurting me. You guys have any questions, comments, anything you want to share or relate to this video? Drop it down in the box below. If you need any one-on-one coaching, I offer it via email, phone, and video chat. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. I got plenty more coming. I got a real special one I'm going to be posting later today. I'll catch you guys later. God bless.